Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, we got the beginnings of some auto crafting started. Currently we can't really make much, and honestly we are struggling for resources. And so what we did last time was also made a nether quartz chicken. And I've been bringing them up, got some decent chickens. And just need to kind of continue breeding them. We have plenty of seeds, so it's not too big of a deal. And all these nether quartz chickens, we can do things with. We can either kill them, we can summon them back in, type of thing. We can kill them and get some quartz, or we can just kind of just throw them away, cook them into chicken, whatever we want to do. So I have not been doing any building today for this episode. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough time right now to do a lot of work with the building, but I have moved the Infernium over here to be processed in the garden cloche. And what the plan is today is we're going to do a little bit of stuff with machines. There's a couple of things I want to get to. Specifically, I want to get into just a little bit of EnderIO because there's some really good things from that mod, and we need a little bit of prep to get to them, at least easily. And then I also want to start looking towards a cobblestone, cobbleworks as they're called. So a way to turn cobblestone into, in this mod, gravel, dirt, sand, dust, and glass, and stone. So we use cobblestone generators to do all that stuff. And so I want to kind of get some of the things prepped for that, so that we can set it up in potentially the next episode. Because that would be nice, so that we can start doing some auto sifting and start having a good supply of resources coming in. So, first things first, I have done a little bit of work getting most of the things we need for the rest of the advanced inscribers. However, we're missing one important thing, and that is slime. So I went and sifted some dirt to get some rice seeds, and we're going to grow those up, and we'll come back to those in a little bit. Next thing I want to do is I want to make, actually, let's see. Did I ever get a book on Tinkers? I don't think we did, which is unfortunate because that would have been nice to have. So let's look at binding and specifically base essence. Okay, so they all do work, but the higher tier gives you more durability. That's it, whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make a base essence ingot. Pretty easy. It is actually a quest. We're going to get our random reward, which not really anything super good. I need to start putting rewards in here because we get duplicates quite a lot. So, yeah, that works just fine. And question, can we... No, we've got to smelt this down. So let's go ahead and get a cheap stone binding. Put that in here. Turn this off. Do I have any more aluminum brass? I do. And let's go ahead and smelt these up. You know what? Infernium, we can upgrade this just a little bit. So we're gonna turn this into Infernium. And where did I put? Is it in here? Yes, Infusion Crystal. Eventually we will want to upgrade our Infusion Crystal, but for right now, not super important. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to have a lot of Infernium from just doing. Actually, we need more. we're going to have a lot of Infernium just from this. And actually, we could upgrade it. And it would be even better. So let's see. Let's do that. Get a little bit more. And turn this into a tier 2. And that should make more Infernium Essence. And then let's go ahead and turn this into a Prudentium Ingot. And we'll get 2 more quests. Why not? Got another Smelter and some pipes. Cryostabilize flux ducts. Not something we really need right now. They're a little too powerful for our needs. So this is a lag spike. Okay, there we go. I guess we'll just stick with Prudentium. That'll be good enough. It doesn't really matter much to me, to be perfectly honest. We just need to have some essence. I do have a little bit more essence. And we'll work on upgrading that kind of stuff more later. It's not super important right now. But what is getting this into some bindings. So it'll smelt up, and we will make 2 bindings, one for our pickaxe and one for our sword. And the idea is it will give them Prosperous. Now, Prosperous is going to be super useful because when we use them, they have a chance of dropping Prosperity Shards. We're going to need quite a few of those, so might as well start getting them. One thing that we are going to be working towards today, main reason I want to get into EnderIO is for the conduits, specifically item conduits, which we can actually go ahead and make already. It is just a little bit of pulsating iron, which is ender pearls and iron. Ender pearls, however, are a little bit of a problem. But I also want to get energy conduits, and enhanced energy are pretty good, relatively cheap, just requiring gold, redstone, and glowstone, but do require alloy smelting because there are 3 ingredients. So we're going to make the alloy smelter, and I'm going to stop falling in there. So can we only make 1? Okay. I'll need to make another one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can do this pretty easily. Alright, so 2 of those. 2 of those. And we'll just make another Prudentia ingot and smelt that up. So let's do our sword first. Swords don't have bindings. Forgot about that. We're gonna need to make 1 more cast. That is not too much of a problem. I just kind of forgot. We need a tool rod. And let's get the tool rod because, oh, there it is. It's in my sword slot because I don't have my sword on me. We should be able to give this Prosperous. So Prosperous makes it randomly drop Prosperity Shards. If we have that on both our pickaxe, oh, I took the wrong thing. On both the pickaxe and the sword, it'll be good. So let's just get these taken care of, and then we can get on to other things. So we are going to need to get a good supply of ender pearls, and there's a couple of ways we can do that. That is going to be kind of the big problem, but we'll have to probably worry about that later, to be honest. So let's just get this taken care of. We get Prosperous on here, and they get cool colors. So first things first, let's focus on the future cobble works. So okay, so there's 3 things I want to work on. 1, I do want to get a diamond chisel. That is gonna be pretty simple. I can make it in my inventory because I have some sticks, and we're going to eventually be using factory blocks for all of our factory area, all for the machines, because, well, they are machiney looking. I don't know which ones we're going to be using for sure. We'll kind of decide that later, but that is the plan. We're going to use factory blocks for this area. I don't know how the tunnels are going to transition, because this is going to be a very clean looking room once I build it up and make it look nice and all that. So we're going to need a chisel eventually. And actually, what can we get rid of? We don't need the wood. Something I kind of forget that I can do. We do have a watering can. And so I can sit here and grow these. So we can get the rice dough and make good things. So we can also get some more rice seeds and get even more. So yeah, we're going to need a couple of things. And I just want to show this off so that I can, honestly, I'll worry about this between episodes. But if we take, how do we do it? It's 3. We can make rice dough. And then if we take a bucket of water, we can use the rice dough to make slime balls. And actually, we just need 1 recipe of that. And no, we need 2 recipes worth. So we'll need a little bit more rice. But with that, we can go ahead and make the rest of the inscribers. Let's actually get the little bit extra rice dough that we need. So we just need 6 in total for the rice. And then that should be everything we need to do. Rice is a really, really good crop. Actually, Additions, it's where it comes from. And it is fantastic. There's so much you can do with the rice. And it is very powerful. You can use it to make food a lot easier than wheat. And it grows a little bit better. So there is all of the rice that we're going to need. We should be able to make the pistons, and then make them all sticky, make the inscribers, and there are the advanced inscribers. So we have all 5 of those that we need. Those we will set up later and worry about that. So let's go ahead and drop off this in our inventory. Let's go ahead, and we need to focus on 3 different things today. One is power augmenting, so we can improve our magmatic dynamos with augments. We need to upgrade it first, but that's not too big of a deal. We can actually upgrade this one pretty easily. And now it can store a lot more power, and we can add 3 augments to it. So we'll do that. Actually, let's go ahead and do that first. So augments will do different things, and you can only put certain augments in certain machines. There are a lot of augments because all of thermal expansion can do stuff. But if we do Dynamo augment, there's not that many. And the only ones we care about are the first 2, which is the auxiliary transmission coil. This makes it increase power generation, RF per tick. Fuel catalyzer, which gives you more energy for your fuels. We could use transmission coil ducting, which allows you to insert things other than power through the coil. And field limiter, excitation field limiter, advanced throttle. What does? Oh, okay. So that's what it uses. Prevents RF loss due to saturation. So if this is full, it doesn't produce as much. That would prevent that. And then there are specializations. Now, most of these we don't care about. But the only one we could care about is the isentropic reservoir, which greatly increases power generation and efficiency, but requires coolants. We're not going to use that one. And everything else is for other dynamos, so it doesn't really matter much to me. So we're just going to focus mostly on these first two. And you know what? Let's actually get one of these Excitation field limiters. So we're going to make one of each, and that should increase power. Now, if our Dynamo was a higher tier, we could add more augments, up to 6, I believe. So we need a little bit of Electrum, which is just gold and silver. We're going to need just a little bit of lead, which I don't think I've made any, but I should have. I should have plenty here. And let's see, what else are we going to need? We're going to need more lead and Electrum with a little bit of redstone and some silver. So making the Electrum is pretty easy. I believe this will make us 2, which is enough for everything we need. We just need to use our induction smelter, and should be pretty quick. Nothing too major there, and it should give us 2. Perfect. So everything we should be able to make once we get a little bit of lead, which looks like it's probably already working. So let's make one of these and get the auxiliary transmission coil. So this is increased output. That's usually what you're going to want. Or the fuel catalyzer, which is just increased efficiency. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We just need the lead now, and we can make all of these augments. Now, figuring out which augments are going to be best and all that kind of stuff, I will be honest, I don't exactly know. There is a lot of different things you can do, a lot of different setups you can make, and what works best. I've never really done too much with this, but for right now, this is kind of our best energy source, power source, whatever. And so we might as well make the most of it that we can. So we can just add all of these, and now we're getting 130 RF per tick. If we take that away, I don't think that matters too much, but efficiency, it's just going to use less. I don't know if there's a way to see how much energy it actually uses, but if we take this away, it goes down to 100, so it doubles the output. So yeah, this is going to be good. We're going to have plenty of stuff, and we have a ton of lava, so it doesn't really matter much to us. So yeah, we will eventually need to make more dynamos, but for now, this thing can produce up to 200 RF per tick. That is really good. So we don't really need to worry too much about that right now. We have decent storage. So the next thing I want to look at is getting the conduits, because conduits are really, really important. Conduits are very useful. We can filter them very easily. They are instant, and we can put all conduits in a single block space. Flux ducts cannot be used like that, or any other item transfer stuff that I really know of. You have to have like separate lines of stuff. The conduits can all be placed in a single block space. So that is really nice. We can have power and item transfer to the same thing. Super useful for automating things. But in order to get that stuff, we're going to need conduit binder, which we can already make. It just requires clay, gravel, and sand. You know, we might also want to... I don't think we'll need to automate clay anytime soon. We might set something up very temporarily, but eventually we'll have chickens and seeds and stuff that can do that. But the enhanced energy conduits require energetic alloys, and for that we're going to need an alloy smelter. Now we could use the alloy smelter we have currently, the simple one, but and honestly I don't think we're going to use the sag mill. Actually, no, we are going to use the sag mill. That's for something else. So the alloy smelter, if we upgrade it, it'll work faster, it'll be better, and to be perfectly honest, it's not too terrible to do. We do need a good bit of iron and some grains of infinity, which we do actually have. We've gotten this from sifting, so I think we just need 2 of those. But we do need some obsidian, and I think that's about it. So we need to make an industrial machine chassis. We also do need to make another simple alloy smelter, which is going to be a little bit complicated, but not too bad. So let's go ahead, put this here. It'll get energy. So we need... Oh, we need a simple powered furnace. That's a lot simpler. So we need stone bricks, iron, another grains of infinity, a bunch of iron. By the way, there is another way to get these. At least I think there is. Oh, I don't. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You can also get them from using fire on bedrock. And about 50% of the time you'll get grains of infinity. Otherwise, you can use fire water buckets, and that will also work, but it's a lot less chance. We also get them from sifting, so it's not that big of a deal. So we have a good bit of iron. Do we have any stone? We have a little bit of stone. Okay, so let's see if we can't make this. So first things first, we need to make a simple power furnace. So we're going to need some iron bars. We're going to need some iron nuggets. We're going to need a furnace. That's easy enough. And a bucket. Some stone gears. And some stone bricks. So I think that is everything. We just need to make the simple machine chassis. And out of curiosity, to make the industrial machine chassis, which we do need a second one of these. So we'll go ahead and use that. And we should be able to make the simple power furnace. Perfect. So with that done, we just need 2 dark steel, 4 dark steel. So we're going to need 4 obsidian, I do believe. 4 obsidian, 4 coal powder, and 4 iron. Do I have any coal? Okay. I have a little bit of coal. And I think we can do the rest of that. And then what do we need for this? Industrial dye blend. We need a bunch of... We need lapis, nether quartz, organic black dye, egg, and pulverized charcoal. Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's get the dark steel we need first. So pulverize this. And then I do need to grab a little bit of... You know, let's move this guy. This is going to be a very bad idea. But we can put him right there. And unfortunately, we do need to get some lighting. I think it's supposed to be there. 1 block away? Yes. Okay, perfect. And then we can just come down here, do that, and it pops up above. So we need 4 obsidian. I am completely turned around. Let's actually just grab this for a second, because it'll be a lot easier. And pop down here. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so we should be able to grab the obsidian and make the dark steel. So that part is easy enough. So obsidian, 1, 2, 3, 4, and coal. So with that, we'll get the dark steel. We can make all of the gears. We're going to need 1 more of this, so we can make the dark bimetal gears. And it's just the nuggets. Okay. So this will take a little bit of time. It's going to also take quite a bit of power. But we can handle that. So then the only other thing we need to do is get this industrial dye blend. We need organic green dye, which we can get from green dye and charcoal. Or grass clippings and slime. I think eggs are still kind of the best way for us to do anything. So we'll worry about that. And you know what? I talked about a little bit with the Cobbleworks. We're going to worry about that next time. Because, yeah, it makes more sense. We're going to run out of time otherwise. And honestly, I need to get Ender Pearls. Ender Pearls are so important. And we don't really have a good source of them right now. Getting the Ender Chicken or the Resonant Ender Cow, Resonant Ender Cow, both of those are really far away. And then the only other way that we could do something like that is with Enderman Essence from Enderman Seeds, but that is also pretty far away. So what I'll probably end up doing is just going to the end and killing things for a while. Okay, so we need a couple things. First of all, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna need 4 nether quartz. That is unfortunate. We have 1. So you know what? Let's get you out. 9-6. Why not? Let's get you in and sped up. I'll put the orange chickens away, and most of these chickens I will put away. And I'll deal with chickens a lot off camera. As you can see, just by breeding them, they get different stats, and so it's just a matter of picking the best that there are and breeding them more. And eventually we'll get what we need. But there is a lot of nether quartz, so we have that. So we only need 4 of those. And we need to grind them up. We might need some more charcoal. And let's just start working on some of the stuff. So, grind that up. We're going to need a little bit of lapis. I think it's just 2 lapis. Yes. And we also need to grind that up. So we have 3 of the 4 dark steel. We can at least go ahead and make the dark steel gears. And we're getting close. The only thing that we're missing is, other than this machine, the other dark steel. So not too bad. We can do that. We can get the lapis. Bejeweled 2. What is that? Is lots of achievements. I don't know what half of them do. Okay, so we're going to need the organic black dye. So we need 3 charcoal and an egg. And this should be done in just, it's going to be a little bit longer. You know what? Why am I even bothering? 3 charcoal and an egg. And then we need organic green dyes, which we're going to need 2 charcoal and 2 green. So I need to get some green dye. And the question is, do I have any cactus? Or do I have any just green dye? I doubt that I have just green dye, but I probably do have cactuses. Alright, so let's dump off a little bit of stuff. And if I have cactuses... Okay, so cactus. Cactus green comes from cactus. And we can get cactus from Cactus Seeds, I do believe. But the question is, they come from sand and flint. 6%. We can work with that. So I have been sifting. We have some cactus seeds. And then we just need to grow the cactus, which this should work. Let's put some stuff away. And yeah, growth 80. And then we'll do that one more time, even though we only need 2 cactus. Perfect. Put the sand away. We'll keep a cactus aside. Cook those up. We have the charcoal. And then we need 2 eggs and the 2 cactus. The simple alloy smelter is just so slow. And speeding it up with just upgrading it should be decently good. I forgot. They like to store their contents, EnderIO. So, yeah. That is not something that's always going to work out well. We need this. That is going to give us a lot of this dye blend. And then we can induction smelt it with the machine frame. You can also just use it in the alloy smelter to do that. But we'll induction smelter because it's easier. A little bit faster. And we got some EnderIOs, which are actually pretty good food sources. Did they teleport you? No. I couldn't remember. I did it just to see. So with that, we should be able to make the alloy smelter. And we can place that down. And this does need a capacitor in order to work. I forgot about that part. I hope that doesn't mean I have to make another thing or anything. So capacitors are grains of infinity, copper, and gold nuggets. Okay. So that is not a problem. Crisis averted. Alright, so I'm going to put stuff away in here. And let's go ahead and make a basic capacitor. We don't need to make anything super fancy. At least not right now. And we should be able to just craft up a normal capacitor. And a lot of these, there is a lot of different capacitors that are really good. I don't know much about capacitors in the current version of EnderIO. I really haven't played around too much with a lot of the new stuff because there's like, you know, stellar capacitors and totemic capacitors and silver capacitors. I guess if you don't have gold. And I don't know what like the best capacitors are at this point. It looks like crystalline are better. Melodic, stellar. Stellar is probably the best. But I don't know what a lot of them do. What's so special about them and whatnot. But that will allow things to charge up. And we can use this. So we're only going to really use it for alloys. And we're mostly going to be using it to make energetic alloys so that we can make conduits. So I think that is a good stopping point. I need to do a bunch of things. Specifically go hunt Enderman. And so I'm going to do that between episodes. Get some Ender Pearls, get a good supply, good healthy supply of Ender Pearls. So that we can start working on making things like item conduits. We're going to want a bunch of those. And next time, I think the plan is going to be this. I'm going to actually dig out a little bit of a room. And we're going to start working on making a cobbleworks. So that we can produce a lot of different things. And start using those in automatic sifters. So that we can start bringing in a bunch of resources. And we'll have those kind of dealt with. We'll use these crafters, which are very cheap. I love these things. They are so cheap and they are so powerful. And we're going to use a bunch of crafters so that we can combine everything, and then we can process everything. That will probably be the following episode. And we're just going to work on getting resources in without using the farms. In Stoneblock 1, we did a lot of stuff with chickens, and then chickens and mystical agriculture right off the bat. And while we're going to use it for the nether quartz, we're gonna hang off on doing too much with mystical agriculture, chickens and cows until a lot later. I want to get. We're gonna focus much more heavily on machines and automating that kind of stuff this time. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.